maybe have a look at the Australian dollar, because before I saw an, I think last week I saw a W, right, in a 15 minutes time frame. And you mentioned that it's not a lower low. It's not like a, absolute low.
Talking about this,
But
yeah?
if you see that, yeah, that's right. Because I did a buy from there as well. But
Okay.
then I can see here that it's really take off.
Okay. So maybe this would have been, so let me see here for time frame. Right. So,
Yeah, overall it's downtrend.
right. So yes, it is a lower low. It's a low here. But remember, if we look on the date on the 4 hour, there's a low that's still left to be cleared out. So if the dealer buys the market from here, from this low, right, he's leaving anybody who is buying below that low in their position, which means at some point, because AUDUSD is still very much bearish, I believe that this buy is just designed to make traders buy, like yourself, make traders buy to inject that liquidity into the market to then push it further down. And based on what I'm seeing here, it's actually in a liquidity zone right now and running away from it. I think AUDUSD could be setting up for sell right now. Right now, literally right now. So I'm looking at, let's see, I would say maybe something like this. Let's go on the lower time frame. Right, yeah, I think let's monitor this to see. I think if it could reject this area, I think we have a pretty strong sentiment for a sell on a U. And yeah, I think this is fine. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this looks interesting.
All
That's
right.
right. Because when in the bigger picture, I can draw the downtrend, and this is
Right.
around the area of the downtrend line as
Right.
well.
Right. So in my opinion, I think that this has some merit. I think that because it's running off of a liquidity right now. So let's go back to the 15. Because look, it's on this here. It's on this last zone here. So unless I am wrong, and I could be wrong, which is fine, right? Unless I'm wrong, the overall direction is still sells, right? AU is still very much bearish, right? So, and it's on a liquidity. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I would literally just monitor it and watch it. And so far looking good. Let's see, looking good.
There's news tonight too.
Oh
The
yes,
news,
actually.
yeah. So that I always kind of waiting for it as well.
Yes, that's correct. There is a news event. There's a news event in 4 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
So maybe it's gonna take out, it's gonna go to the liquidity zones and then opportunity for sale.
Maybe, yeah. Right, because so far what I'm seeing, you know what? Let me call this out because I think that's now AUD/USD possible sells. Do not trade if you. Yeah, I think so. Like what this is doing here now is actually an induction to make traders believe like it's going to buy. I think that it is actually trapping. It's actually trapping buyers. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's trapping buyers. Because it got right into the zone that I just drew. Let's see. And it's somewhat running away. Is this what you're talking about? A pin bar like that?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yep.
So it might.
That's it. It's an up pin bar.
So it might start to drop just a little bit, but it might also try to come back one more time before it.
Oops, what happened?
All right.
Oh.
All right, cool. All right. So this is what worries me a little bit though, because it's doing that before the news event. Even though it's buying before the news event, this drop before the news can be a little worrying, right? But it looks pretty good, looks pretty healthy. I'll say that.
In
What
2
do you?
minutes. Okay. Yeah, well, it might be a trap.
I think so.
It wouldn't be a trap for people to go sell too early. You know,
Yeah,
after the news, it might rebound up to the liquidity zones and then,
possibly, possibly. Because that's what I'm saying. Because it did it before the news, it's a little worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
But the news is dropping in about 50 seconds or so. But it never painted the candle that you wanted. So, because if it was a black candle, I'd say, bro, we need to be in this sell.
Okay.
If that was a black candle, a black pin bar, I would have said we needed to be in this sell. This is good. This is good. That's excellent. I love that. That's making me feel a little better. Because what this is telling me is it's again trying to induce buyers. It's making it look like a support. So it's trying to induce the buyers. That's good.
Okay.
All right, let's see. 10 seconds or so. There we go. Bye-bye.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Make sense?
Yeah. And you know what? When it come down, oh my goodness. When it come down, actually good for my GA because the G is stronger and the Australian is weaker.
Correct.
Oh.
Correct. Do I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Alright guys, so this would have been what would have happened on AUDUSD today. Now, I just want to go quickly into the chart now so you can see what would have happened. Alright, I'm going to explain just again very briefly my thought process and why I thought what happened might have happened. Alright, I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you make some sense out of this, and I hope that you're able to use this in your own trading. So if you like this kind of stuff, don't be afraid to hit like, subscribe if it is you like more of this. You can definitely watch out for my live stream on the Trading Nut in about 4 hours or so, and comment if it is you agreed with the analysis or not. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so let's take a look quickly at AUDUSD. So this is the trade. It is still running. Of course, as you know, if it is you know me, you know that I love to hold trades for freakishly long. I have zero intention on closing this manually. I am going to be trailing my stop loss. My stop loss is currently, let me tell you where it is. My stop loss right now is at 68073. 68073, that would be right somewhere here, which would be right above our last zone, a liquidity on the 5 minute. There you go, right above that. And if you drag it to the left, you'll see the liquidity here. There you go. Nice. Now, let me explain so you can see the drawing I did here as well, right? Let me explain what's going on AUDUSD, in my opinion. Obviously, I could be wrong about this, but let me explain. So, first things first, like I would have said in the analysis when I was working with the student, like I would have said, AUDUSD is bearish. I have been bearish on AU, and I am going to continue to be bearish on AU until I am given a reason to see otherwise. Now, what might a reason be? As I would have said in the analysis with the student, I am anticipating for at least the dealer to drive price back down to this low, for the simple reason that if anybody was buying at this low, if the dealer, which is the person who controls the market, if the dealer does not take them out and grab this liquidity down here, and he actually buys it, he'll be giving traders who bought here a really good opportunity to buy. And that doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion, right? Now, if we are looking on the forward time frame, this would have been a liquidity zone I had last week or maybe the week before. And as you can see, it played out then as well. Now, what is interesting about this same liquidity is you would very quickly realize that price drove in a bull direction right up into this zone, right? And I really didn't even know that there was a news. Like, I'm being honest, I did not know that there was a news event, right? And it's only when the student was like, hey, by the way, there's a news. I was like, oh, yes, I think I really did hear something like that, but I wasn't paying attention, right? And when price came up into this area and started rejecting it, and you can see that what that looks like up here, It came up into this area and started rejecting it. I was like, interesting. So the reason why that's interesting is because the bull move, and I say this all the time, in a bear market or in a bear momentum, the bull moves are always an induction. They are always designed to make traders get into the market without really understanding what's going on, so that they can inject their liquidity, so that the dealer, which is or the market maker, or whoever you want to call them, whatever you want to call them, that they can use the money or the liquidity being injected in the way that they want to use it, in the way that they see fit. Right? So we know that AUDUSD, like I said, has been bearish. One of the laws that I perpetuate, right, is don't ever go against the momentum unless a reversal is clear. In this case, the student thought he saw a W at this low, but I didn't like that for W, and I was looking at it and I really didn't like it for W, because again, this low on the 4-1 on the daily was not taken out, right? So I didn't like that for W. So the law is don't go against the momentum unless a reversal is clear. This is not a clear reversal in my opinion. Therefore, even though it bought, I was not bullish biased. I was still bearish. So when I saw that it was rejecting this area, I was like, right, good. So it's already rejecting the area. Let me come down on a lower time frame to see if I can find, maybe something that might help, maybe with an entry. And I proceeded to draw this zone here, because this is the last liquidity, as we call it, right? Because price has been in and around and on and above and below this area a few times. So it's like, all right, good. Let me just draw that there. And as you can see, go back and look at the start of the video. As you can see, right where it started, which would have been right around here, I wanted to see price come straight. Let me adjust this here a little bit so you can get it better. Right? When price started to play in this area, right? Price ran up into this area and rejected. The sell occurred on this candle. It's definitely not the best candle, but it occurred on this candle, because from the time I saw it start to push back to induce buyers off of this support again, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not missing this. And I sold it, and well, the rest is history, essentially, right? As you can see, AUDUSD as of present is legitimately floating at, and it's still going. It is still going as we speak. The time is 3:30 p.m. my time. It's still going. It is floating at 173 pips of profit, right? I am secured at just a little under 100. So I'm cool. Either which way, I'm cool, right? Where I think it's going, I think AUDUSD is going to try to get to this low, right? Maybe it might stumble just a bit. So I'm thinking maybe it might start to stumble, because it's definitely decreasing momentum, bearish momentum now. It might try to stumble, and it might try to come back up maybe to this area, then to drop further again. But I can tell you this, I have zero intention of closing it. Zero. And that's just me, all right? So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this one. I hope that it made some sense. If it is, it did, obviously leave a like, comment what you think. Comment, do you agree, do you disagree? Did you catch this? Were you stopped out? What did you feel about this, right? Another thing to keep note of is you realize, again, I really wasn't paying attention to the news. And it goes to show that news is just, what we always say is propaganda. The market's going to go where it wants to go, regardless of what the news says, all right? So if you understand what market structure really is, instead of just saying market structure is higher highs and higher lows and trend lines, if you really understand what market structure is, the news is just going to push the market where it really wants to go. So yeah, if you like this, like I said, like it, comment below if you agree or disagree. Did it stop you? Did you catch it? And subscribe if you want to see more. Definitely check out my live stream tonight. Well, literally in about 3.5 hours or so on the Trading Nut YouTube channel. Obviously, subscribe to the Trading Nut as well. You're going to see me very frequently over there. And yeah, let's see how it goes. If you have any questions, you can message me directly at EkataTrading on Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Let's see how it goes. See you all in the next one, guys.